So what on earth could a philosopher from ancient Greece possibly have in common with a modern-day rocket scientist? It sounds like the setup to a really strange joke, but it's actually the key to a ridiculously powerful mental tool that connects some of the greatest minds in history.
Okay, take a look at this lineup. We've got Aristotle, Elon Musk, Richard Feynman, Peter Thiel, and James Clear. A philosopher, an industrialist, a physicist, an investor, and a behavior expert. I mean, on the surface, these guys are in completely different universes, but they all share a secret to their success. A way of thinking that lets them solve problems that leave everyone else totally stumped. Let's start right at the beginning. Aristotle, the ancient Greek polymath. This guy wasn't just a philosopher. He was a biologist, a physicist, a logician, the whole shebang. He basically laid the foundation by creating a system to understand the world from the ground up. Now, let's jump forward, about 2,400 years to Elon Musk. This guy doesn't just build companies, he completely rips up the rule book for entire industries, from space travel to electric cars, by challenging every single assumption about what's even possible. Then you have Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist who was just famous for his incredible intellectual honesty. He had a simple rule: if you can't explain something in simple terms, you don't really understand it. He absolutely demanded a true, fundamental understanding, not just repeating what you've heard. Next up, Peter Thiel, the billionaire investor. His whole philosophy is about creating something totally new, what he calls going from 0 to 1. He's not interested in just copying what already works. He's on the hunt for those fundamental truths that nobody else sees yet. And finally, James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He's like a master mechanic for human behavior. He deconstructs how we act down to its most basic parts so he can build super effective systems for self-improvement. He finds the simple, underlying drivers of our actions. So, what's the common thread here? What's the secret sauce connecting all of them? Well, the answer is an ancient idea that is more relevant today than ever before: first principles thinking. So what is it exactly? Well, first principles thinking is basically the practice of boiling a problem down to its most basic, undeniable truths, the things you know for sure are true, and then building your solution up from there. It was Aristotle who formalized this, calling it the foundation from which all other knowledge is built. And this is where the idea gets its modern superpowers. See, reasoning by analogy means you're just copying what's been done before, maybe with a small tweak. It's like building a slightly better-looking rocket. But reasoning from first principles means you start from scratch. You ask, what is fundamentally true? For Musk, that meant looking at the laws of physics and the raw cost of materials, not the existing price of a rocket. Big difference. Okay, so now that we get the what, let's see how it actually plays out in the real world. How do these modern figures take this ancient concept and apply it in their own fields? This table lays it all out beautifully. Each of these thinkers applies the exact same mental tool, just to a different domain. Musk uses physics to reinvent rockets. Feynman uses fundamental data to build rock-solid knowledge. Thiel hunts for hidden truths to create brand new markets. And Clear uses basic behavioral principles to build effective habits. You see, the common thread isn't the field, it's the method of digging all the way down to the foundation. This way of thinking is so powerful, it's actually inspired a whole new approach. One that looks at these innovators not as specialists stuck in their own little boxes, but as part of a much larger pattern of thinking. So, who's actually studying this? Who is connecting the dots between physics, business, and philosophy to really understand the shared mindset of these incredible innovators? Well, the answer is in this fascinating field called mental models and applied polymathy. Now, it's not a formal department at a university, but it's this thriving community of thinkers who are just dedicated to learning and applying the cognitive tools used by the world's sharpest minds. And some of the leaders in this space are people like Shane Parrish from Farnham Street, Tim Urban from Wait But Why, and the investor Naval Ravikant. You can think of them as modern guides, translating this ancient wisdom for the rest of us today. So why isn't there a professor of Musk and Aristotle at Harvard? Well, it's because universities are built on specialization. They love to put physics in one building and philosophy way over in another. But the real power, the genius these thinkers unlocked, came from integrating these fields, from smashing those artificial boundaries together. And here's the crucial point.
this isn't just some intellectual party trick, it's a practical tool. So, how can you take this powerful technique and actually apply it in your own life? Here's a simple 3-step framework. First, invert, just like Peter Thiel. Instead of following the crowd, just ask, what if the complete opposite is true? Second, map the territory. Don't just learn the jargon, understand the fundamental principles. Like Feynman said, you want to know the bird, not just its name. And finally, design the system. This is James Clear's bread and butter. Once you understand the fundamentals, you build a process that makes your desired outcome almost inevitable. And that brings us to the final and most important question. In your career, your health, your relationships, you're operating on a set of assumptions every single day. So after seeing how these thinkers literally changed the world by challenging theirs, what's the one core assumption you're going to challenge first?